top of the morning. So, from Rockcliffe Avenue to Rockaway, here we go. The car's arrived. Oops, get the finger out of the way. Okay, here we go. 10 miles south of Bristol. That's a sign that says Rockaway. And we're going up the lane. And what's around the corner? Well, I brought me snacks, pomegranate, some peanuts, salt and vinegar, and this looks like Rockaway. Oh yes. So, on a mission to find Mark. He's about somewhere. Coming number 13. Cool. Are you alright? Top of the morning. Yeah. Hello, you got your ladder?
I got my ladder. I'm going up in the world.
Right.
Yeah, Orlando.
Authentic. It almost looks like it's cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snacks and chats.
Yeah, organic dates. And here we are. In Rockaway.
Whatever.
Yeah?
Look at the back.
Whatever. Where did all the rock go? We're in a quarry.
We're in a quarry.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
We're in a quarry.
Any ideas?
Everywhere around was called, this was called Quarry Garage, but there's a garage next door to confuse issues.
Okay.
Quarry Bungalow, Quarry Farm, Quarry.
Got you.
Thought we better not call it Quarry.
Yeah.
And then we just landed on Rockaway, didn't we? And everyone's like, that's all right.
I was just thinking when I arrived, literally the last time I was here was playing there.
Hopefully we're going to do more of, you know, that's, hopefully work with you guys to do more of. I've been, in between then and now, like inspired by that really. We've been we put a really fast internet connection into here, and we've had a new cover made for it, which is condensing like crazy and dripping all over us. But we're getting there, and I've been doing loads of lighting and building things out. We've got nothing to do. So.
Is this a sort of like basically thinking on your feet? Where might the gigs?
Yeah, because if there's every chance there's not going to be any gigs for ages.
I know. I know.
And I can't help thinking that live streaming from a black room in a pub somewhere is it's not very inspirational. No. And like we're surrounded by weird and wonderful things.
I know, it's fantastic, isn't it?
It polishes up okay.
Yeah. Polishes, that's a good phrase.
But also, so from the experience of that September one, from the streaming and everything, and the response and the experience of actually watching it.
Yeah, it was really good. Yes.
It made us think that it's something that would work at any time, not just during the pandemic. Even if we have live gigs with audience, we can still stream them to the world.
Yeah.
It's just a fantastic experience.
It's quite funny. Our friend Brian in Gibraltar, he enjoyed it so much that RDF's Culture Shock Catacop gig. At the end, he stood up and he's going, yeah, cheering.
I was feeling the same, and we were watching it just round the corner.
Well, that's cool, isn't it?
And that was the first live stream thing I'd watched, And obviously you had to watch it because you were involved, didn't it? But I found it enthralling. I just sat and watched it all the way through, and you didn't want to go for a piss in case you missed a bit.
Yeah.
And it was
like
the conversation.
You're not going to suddenly nip off Jonas lead solo.
It was really good. I really liked it.
Cool.
And I thought to myself, a lot of people don't like going out. They love music, but they don't want to go out. They don't want to see people. They don't want to see loads of drunks or whatever. It's fucking ideal, isn't it? You can just sit at home and watch the gig and feel like you're at the gig without the anxiety.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed a few sort of like you have these chat things going on the screen. Definitely felt like there's sort of a community all connected.
Yeah.
Which was what we were aiming for.
Yeah, and all your mates are there, and everyone's saying hello to each other. Somebody starts kicking off about wearing a mask, and it's like being at a gig, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's having some prick shouting in the background.
Yeah. Silas was saying the same thing. You will get people going, COVID conspiracy theory number 87. Can you just shut the F up, mate? We're trying to watch what we can.
Well, hang on.
I'm
going out for a round of beers and once one and all that.
Where did your drive come from? I mean, come on. Everyone, you know, everyone's either got it or haven't, but there's a lot going on around here.
I'm petrified. I'm running out of it, and I think I've got nothing to do, and I'm constantly moaning to Marta that I've run out of work, and then what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do when it all runs out? But you know, it's Christmas holidays. I think most people are probably on holiday.
And when we met you, you were leaning over there with a drill.
Yeah, I'm making a vent to try and get the condensation out of here, try and ventilate the place, and I love things that spin round in the wind. So
Sure.
looking at that over there, Dick, look, that spinny thing.
The spinny thing.
Well, it's thin. I love the spinning
We
thing.
like the spinny thing.
And there's windmills galore.
I was talking, oh yeah, so the pomegranate, that's from Paulie, my neighbour. She's ace. I said I was coming here, and I was telling her that sometimes you'd done like 110 Sunday roasts. I mean, with some other people, I gather.
Yeah.
I mean, how did that idea kind of
help.
apart from, yeah.
Well, we've been running the cafe for on-site cafe that we have here for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Just because we thought it was a good idea to have something like that here. Really enjoyed cooking without having any training in it or
so
or previous experience or anything. And you know, at the beginning I was quite petrified of it all. But it just kept on growing.
It just
and growing.
grew. Like during the first, when the first lockdown came to an end and people were allowed out again, you felt that there was a real need for people to connect with each other. I felt really like, you know, there's still plastic washing up on the beaches. There's still plenty of inequality in the world. We've still got to deal with the problems we had before this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And you know, it's important that people get back and start talking to each other again. So I think we were driven a lot by that, weren't we?
Yeah, and also so before the cafe was open only in the weekday, because kind of like it was a one-person enterprise, and we would usually go out on a Sunday to a car boot sale or flea market or somewhere. So we were not here on Sundays. But then after the lockdown, when we reopened, but I always thought it would be a good idea to open on the weekend, but I just didn't have enough time or resources to do it. But then we stopped going to flea markets and we had weekends free, so I thought I'll try it. I'll try open up on Sunday.
Okay.
And it was a great success.
Yeah.
So in a way, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I'm not sure if I would have done it, you know, on a Sunday. So.
Yeah, and I mean, in a way,
130 people on the record for week.
wow, isn't that fantastic?
And the week after, it pissed down with rain, and there was still 80 people. And we didn't really set anything up. We sort of left it for people to set it up for themselves. Then we drag the tables out,
Good move.
clean them off, and so when it was raining like crazy, and we brought everybody in here to set up the tables over here, dodged all the drips.
Dodge the drip.
Yeah,
Dodge the drip.
you know, it's just that sort of camaraderie of, you know.
Yeah.
People loved it, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was really
I mean,
good.
we're talking about the sort of shared experiences. I mean, the reason I'm sat here today chatting to you is because of this thing as well, isn't it? And we're all just trying to make something good out of a bad situation.
Yeah, and it's interesting in a lot of ways, isn't it? It's interesting and you know, exciting, and in some ways, you know, and it's clearly awful in other ways.
Yeah.
And we've had our fair share of that as well. You know, I desperately try and find positive things to share all the time. You know, and trying to feel like it's really necessary to. The same as you guys, you know, you've got to try and find positivity. You've got to try and keep the family together. You've got to try, you know, it's very, very difficult at times, isn't it?
I mean, being involved with music, you know, we're not gigging. I was talking to Dick on the way, you know, it's weird, but we've got constructive in other ways.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've made 10 appalling lo-fi solo albums on Bandcamp. No one seems to buy, you know, but it's just something to do at night, and you know, thinly veiled attacks on the government.
Yeah.
In sort of abstract English language. It's all.
Yeah,
It's
I could
good.
have thought the government had turned out to be no use in a crisis.
Yeah. It blew sideways. So you've got strong plans for the future of doing more events here and putting them out to the world.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm absolutely the antichrist of planning. I don't ever make a plan, but
Is that the trick?
yeah, it's sort of. I mean, so this sort of situation has in a lot of ways suited me because I never liked to plan in the first place. And this is, you know, I was joking for a long way through the pandemic that, you know, how's your 5-year plan coming along now then? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because always throughout your life you've had you must make a plan, you must you go to a bank or something, you must have a 5-year plan. How's that working out for you?
Yeah. Scuppered.
Yeah, at last.
Yeah. Okay.
It's true. Mark always hated sort of
fuck
thinking too far ahead and planning and sort of.
I loathe and detest it. You don't know
whether
what's going to happen tomorrow.
Whether it's going away or whether it's like, you know, doing something.
And how are you on that? Are you a bit similar?
She's a bit better at planning.
I struggled with it at the beginning, but I think I've relaxed a lot.
She's pretty good at like organising stuff, aren't you? And putting things in order, which I'm not very good at.
But I think now you can't plan more than, you know, a week or two ahead anyway, so it's kind of like I resigned myself to it and I feel happy about it.
I mean, I've got
it's like a legit approach to things actually.
I mean, Thursday today, isn't
It's
it?
a
You know?
legitimate approach, yeah. It's always been my approach, but it's like
But everyone's catching on.
people understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, for a long, long time I just, you know, bought and sold. That's why we've got this place in the scrapyard and everything is because I bought and sold vans for years and years and years, and people used to say, "What do you do for a living?" And I get up in the morning and answer the phone, you know, and then I see what, you know, it just goes from there. Like the first phone call.
So Mark's like more of a visionary rather than a planner. So he has a vision, but no plans.
Okay.
Yeah, just a vague.
And you are Martin? A bit of a
I'm the organizer of
organizer.
all the
Okay.
visions that come to him.
That's the thing. It's like teams, people working together. I mean, some bands, you know, not mentioning any particular, some of the strengths, you know.
Yeah.
Someone's not very good at that, but they're quite good at that. And you know, and that adds to the sort of
You need
the
all
glue.
that, don't you?
Yeah,
You know, don't
but
it?
I think we're all about bringing people together, aren't we? And I think there'll be a great need for it.
So that
There'll be a great need for bringing people together.
Come the end of this.
Cracky, yeah.
So
I mean,
we
come
sort
the
of-
beginning of
so we're
whatever's
sort of like
comes
preparing in the background, you know, like making.
So without having any actual plan, we've been building an outdoor safe space.
Yeah.
I mean, we're indoors now, but we're outdoors, aren't we? You know,
Well, sure. I mean,
we couldn't really be more secure, I don't feel. And all the spaces that we've made outside are sort of undercut with the wind blowing through them, and that's because if we put there's a space out there, the church, but if we put a front wall and a back wall in it, it's then a building, and then we've got to pay rates on it. So
got you.
it's currently a building site, but it's much better as a building site. You haven't got to pay rates on it, and it still keeps the rain off you.
Yeah, sure.
And the wind blows through. And so it turned out it's almost like you planned it.
It's remarkable, isn't it? It's remarkable. I mean, every time I've sort of rocked up here, I've often seen the same friendly faces.
Mark next door.
They always seem to be doing stuff.
Yeah, he's got a blacksmith's workshop just the other side of that wall there.
Is there anyone here who doesn't do anything at all?
No,
I'm only joking.
Most of the people that live here are sort of somehow involved in events industries and you know, running Glastonbury's or areas of Glastonbury and things. That's Boomtown, that sort of thing. You know, either set building or organising it, and then there's lots and lots of other little artists who all making things, creating stuff.
Yeah.
Building things.
I love the
The milk floats.
Oh,
The
Simon's.
printing press milk float.
Yeah.
Genius. And then you look just down there and someone's doing glass blowing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
I mean, it's been a bit sparse because of COVID and because of Christmas and stuff. There's not been anyone around, but yeah, I'm looking forward to them all coming back up. And we've just had a portrait painter move into one of the units and a jeweller upstairs.
Hey, nice.
And so yeah, on a good day you can go around and poke your head in somewhere and watch something quite fascinating going on.
Yeah.
You learn quite a bit. And spark people's. I mean, that's the best thing. And kids come in and stuff and go, "Oh, what's that?" That's what you really want.
Yeah, sure.
Also, it's just when everybody's here, or a lot of people are here and everybody's doing something, and it's kind of like great when you need something done or manufactured, or it's like, oh, I just need that little thing, or handle, or rail, or
Yeah,
you could just go around and like somebody it'll
I
come.
used to imagine a situation where you could get a tree and throw it in one end of the yard, and it'd come out as some piece of furniture at the other end, and it had been planked and surfaced, and gone through all the processes
that's
to
a
come
great
back out the other side. And like, here you go.
Yeah.
And then that's a lot of what we do. We get lots of rubbish that's thrown away and make it into other stuff, and we're always building units and spaces and stuff, nearly always with recycled materials and things. We've got really good sources of that sort of stuff, and obviously as we get better known, we get more and more sources of this sort of stuff.
Yeah. I like the idea that you sort of put in an area where you can go, well, almost. I think I'll buy a ring. I don't need to go to town.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just walk 50 feet.
Yeah, if you're getting married, you know what I mean? If
Hey.
you want something special, and you go and ask someone, she'll make you what you want,
Yeah.
It will be genuinely special and genuinely help somebody out and genuinely further somebody's career. It's not.
Yeah. It's magic.
It's so much better.
Yeah, it's much bigger than I thought, really. The more I found out about Rockaway.
Yeah, it keeps on, it keeps unfolding, and there's more stuff getting added to it all the time. And Simon's just moved in. I don't know if you've seen his place, but he's doing the screen printing, and then he screen prints
merch
and tour posters. And
Is this the same Simon? Not Simon.
No, it's a different Simon.
A different
It's
Simon.
Simon, the woodblock printer, the letterpress printer, and this Simon's a screen printer, and he does a lot of band merch and stuff like that. We've just made him a live work unit.
Well,
in one of the
we'll be
workshops.
having a word with him.
Yeah, should definitely.
You know what I mean?
It's
It's on the
definitely-
doorstep.
Yeah, and it's pretty impressive, isn't it? That's one of our lockdown projects as well.
Yeah.
The
Building this studio for him.
I look forward to if we can get
Flashy's up there as well, actually building another unit. You can go and have a look
Is
at
that
that.
is that the sound that we can hear?
Yeah, you can have a look at the actual beginning of the process.
Yeah, should we have a look at that place? Yeah, let's go. Wow. Oh yeah.
That's Mark and his forge.
We're doing a bit of melting of lead. I've in the last couple of weeks I've put a new roof on and partly built the walls and things, and been settling into the new bit of my workshop. So as soon as I had a dry spot, it was get the fire going, get some stuff done. So yeah, I've got a pot of lead here. I make it into ingots.
Fantastic.
And then I've got some forging to get on with some brackets to make for
Forge on.
for a chat. So
Thank
yeah, I'm a big supporter of Bluurg TV, and I like it very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Try picking them up, yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
That's why it's there, I can't pull it out.
Are you barbering, Paul?
Hello, Paul. Hello. Yeah. Is it right if we say hello?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Oh, I know who that is. I know the dogs.
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to the punk barbershop.
I'm gonna
Shave the clean.
I'm going to Reese Morgan take his place.
Just doing the classic Mohican, you know.
We're going to move in. Oh, this is what I think it is.
Shipping container.
Cool.
Crazy shipping container.
I'd say I'm quite obsessed with shipping containers.
particular types. You know, the one that's called Mersk.
There's all the rock. Look, the same. We're still building loads of stuff with rock. That was a rock fall that we had last year. It was about 100 ton, fell off the side of the cliff, and my daughter Rosie said, "If the world gives you lemons, make lemonade."
Yeah.
And so we've been building stuff with stone everywhere.
So this
Wow, she's going to make you famous, mate.
this downstairs unit is full of Christmas decorations that normally would be on the back of Christmas market.
Want a Christmas decoration? Hello, Rowdy.
How's it going?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. I've done all that for a while.
Let's go and see this place.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is where it all happens. Obviously been off for the last couple of weeks, but getting stuff done elsewhere, filling up the time, extracurricular stuff in other places. But yeah, back in the studio now.
Oh, it's warm in here, mate.
It's quite good, yeah.
Check that one out, eh? Gosh.
I should have been up here all along. It's fucking freezing in here.
Oh, bloody hell, it took a while to get it warm today, I tell you, like, you know.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
It works,
I might as well shut the door, innit?
Great. These.
But yeah, it's nice just condensing it into the sort of sticker format as well, you know.
Yeah.
It's normally the sort of thing I never get round to doing, but been a lockdown year.
Yes.
Managed to sort of force it out myself.
Where do these end up then, Rowdy, for example?
I mean, they just go in people's collections. Some people will just keep them in the packages, and some people will just sort of stick them on their fridges or possibly on the street.
So is it a thing where people sort of collect packages? Is that a thing?
I guess it is. It's like all those sort of Star Wars toys and that sort of stuff. It's never really been my thing particularly, or if I did have something like that, I'd rip it out of the box and want to sort of, use it.
Rip it in half, open it.
But a lot of people just like the sort of immaculate packaging. It's that sort of kind of Japanese thing. I think it sort of stems from that.
So we're often asked what it's all about, and there's no really easy answer. Me and Marta are a pair of hard-working humans. We get up 7 days a week and just get on with it. We're always busy, we're always building, we're always doing something, we're always cooking, we're always greeting people, our guests. We love having people around, and we love hoping that we're sort of giving them something to go with, something to take away from here that will stay with them. So anyway, we build housing, we build workshops, we run workshops, we make art, we put on gigs, we run a vegan cafe. We're endeavouring to build and sustain a community in whatever way we can. But I suppose in the back of my mind, there's always been a desire just to inspire change, to see and do things differently. It seems to me that the freaks and the weirdos, the punks and the hippies, the radical thinkers, the left of centre radical thinkers, we've always had the best ideas. We've always been on the right side of history. And whether it's about organic growing, eco-conscious building, vegan and vegetarian food, the reuse of materials, recycling, anti-war, cooperatives, climate change, it goes on and on and on and on. And we've always had great ideas, and we've never been taken seriously. Maybe it's time they stop telling us what to do, start asking us what to do instead.